This is Mr. Eugene, and today we're examining the moment your relationship became unsalvageable, the moment most men don't recognize until years after it's already passed. A woman can love a man she doesn't respect, but she will never stay with him, not genuinely, not long term. She may stay physically, in the house, in the marriage, in the routine, but emotionally, sexually, psychologically, she's already gone. She's staying for reasons that have nothing to do with you as a man and everything to do with what you provide as a utility. And here's what makes this particularly devastating for men. By the time you recognize you've lost her respect, it's often too late to recover it. The loss of respect is not a momentary crisis that can be fixed with a conversation or a grand gesture. It's the slow accumulation of small defeats, small concessions, small failures to maintain your masculine frame, each one imperceptible in the moment, but catastrophic in aggregate. Today we're walking through the 5 signs that tell you her respect for you is gone. Not diminished, not temporarily reduced, gone. And we're discussing why, once respect is lost, the relationship is functionally over, even if the legal structure remains intact. This is not comfortable information. Most men would prefer to believe that love conquers all, that if she still says she loves you, then the relationship can be saved. But female psychology doesn't work that way. Women are attracted to men they respect. Women maintain desire for men they respect. Women build lives with men they respect. Remove respect, and everything else, the attraction, the desire, the partnership, the future, begins to disintegrate. So if you're seeing these signs, you're not dealing with a relationship that needs work. You're dealing with a relationship that's already ended. She just hasn't told you yet. Or more likely, she has told you through her behavior, and you've been refusing to see it. Let's examine the signs so you can stop lying to yourself about what's happening. The foundation, why respect is non-negotiable for women. Before we get to the specific signs, you need to understand why respect matters so profoundly to female attraction and commitment. Men and women prioritize different things in romantic partners. Men prioritize youth, beauty, femininity, sexual availability, and compatibility. A man can be deeply attracted to a woman he doesn't particularly respect. It's not ideal, but the attraction persists independently. Women don't work this way. Female attraction is substantially built on respect. She needs to respect you to be attracted to you. She needs to respect you to desire you sexually. She needs to respect you to feel safe submitting to your leadership. Respect for women means she perceives you as higher value than her, not in some abstract moral sense, but in the specific domains that drive female mate selection: status, resources, competence, strength, confidence, decisiveness, ability to lead, social position. When she respects you, she sees you as a man who operates at a level she aspires to or values. She sees you as someone whose judgment she trusts, whose direction she's willing to follow, whose leadership she's comfortable submitting to. When that respect erodes, when she starts perceiving you as lower value than her, when your status or competence or strength or decisiveness diminishes in her eyes, her attraction begins dying. This is not conscious. This is not a choice she's making. This is her biological wiring responding to the signals you're sending about your value relative to hers. And once respect is lost, attraction becomes nearly impossible to restore, because you can't negotiate attraction back into existence. You can't logic someone into respecting you. You can't perform better behavior to convince her you're worthy of respect after she's already categorized you as unworthy. This is why recognizing the signs early is critical. By the time respect is fully gone, recovery is functionally impossible. Your only real choices are accepting a dead relationship or exiting it. Sign 1. She openly criticizes you in front of others. The first and most visible sign that respect is gone is public criticism or mockery. In private, all couples disagree. Conflict is normal. Frustration is normal. But a woman who still respects you will protect your dignity in public. She will not undermine you in front of friends, family, or strangers. She will save her disagreements for private conversations where they can be resolved without damaging your standing in your social circle. When a woman no longer respects you, she loses the instinct to protect your reputation. In fact, she often actively undermines it. What this looks like in practice: you're at dinner with friends. You tell a story. She interrupts to correct minor details in a way that makes you look stupid or unreliable. No, that's not what happened. You always get this wrong. You make a decision about something: where to go, what to do, how to handle a situation. She publicly contradicts you, overrides your decision, or makes it clear she thinks your judgment is inadequate. We're not doing that. That's a terrible idea. You're talking to people at a social event. She makes jokes at your expense. Little digs about your incompetence, your failures, your shortcomings. "Oh, he can't even figure out how to use the dishwasher properly," said with a laugh, like it's affectionate teasing. It's not. It's contempt disguised as humor. You express an opinion. She dismisses it immediately, not just as wrong, but as not worth considering. She rolls her eyes. She sighs. She makes it clear to everyone present that your thoughts are irrelevant. Why this matters: Public criticism is a dominance display. She's establishing to everyone watching that she does not respect your authority, your judgment, or your leadership. She's positioning herself as superior to you in the social hierarchy. And here's what's particularly destructive. Once she does this publicly without consequences, she's trained everyone in your social circle, including you, that disrespecting you is acceptable. Your friends see it, your family sees it, and they start treating you accordingly. If you're experiencing public criticism from your wife or girlfriend, respect is already gone. A woman who respects a man would be mortified at the thought of undermining him publicly. The fact that she's comfortable doing it, or worse, that she seems to enjoy it, tells you everything you need to know about how she perceives your value relative to hers. What you should do, the first time it happens, address it immediately and firmly. Not in front of the audience, that creates a scene, but privately, as soon as possible. Do not criticize me in front of other people again. If you have an issue with me, we discuss it privately. That is not negotiable. If it continues after you've established that boundary clearly, you're not dealing with someone who accidentally disrespected you. You're dealing with someone who does not respect you fundamentally and who will not change that. At that point, your options are living with ongoing disrespect or exiting the relationship. There is no third option where she magically starts respecting you again. Sign 2, she stops seeking your input or approval on important decisions. The second sign is more subtle but equally devastating. She makes significant decisions about her life, the household, the children, or the relationship without consulting you or seeking your input. When a woman respects a man, she values his judgment. She wants his perspective on important decisions. She may ultimately make her own choice, but she genuinely wants to know what he thinks before she decides. His input matters to her because she respects his wisdom, his experience, his leadership. When respect is gone, your input becomes irrelevant. She stops asking what you think about things because she doesn't value your opinion. Or worse, she asks in a way that makes it clear she's already decided and is only informing you as a courtesy, or not even that, just going through motions to avoid conflict. What this looks like in practice, she makes major purchases without discussing them with you first. Buys a car, spends thousands on home improvements, makes financial commitments that affect the household budget. You find out after the fact. She makes decisions about the children, their schooling, their activities, their discipline, without your input. When you find out and try to discuss it, she's dismissive. I already handled it, it's fine. She makes social commitments for both of you without checking with you first, accepts invitations, makes plans, commits your time. When you express that you would have preferred to be consulted, she's annoyed rather than apologetic. She makes decisions about the relationship, where you'll live, how holidays will be spent, major life changes, and presents them to you as fait accompli rather than as joint decisions. We're doing this. I've already made the arrangements. Why this matters, decision-making authority is a clear indicator of who holds power in the relationship. When she stops seeking your input on significant decisions, she's telling you, through her behavior if not her words, that your role in the relationship is not as a partner whose judgment she values, but as someone who needs to be managed or informed after decisions are made. This is the transition to utility. You're no longer her man, her leader, her partner whose wisdom she respects. You're a functionary who pays bills and performs labor, but whose actual thoughts and preferences are irrelevant to how she runs her life. If you're experiencing this pattern, respect is gone. A woman who respects her man wants his input. She may not always follow it, but she genuinely values hearing it because she trusts his judgment. The woman who has stopped seeking that input has stopped trusting your judgment, and without that trust, respect is impossible. What you should do? Address it directly. I've noticed you're making major decisions without discussing them with me. That's not how partnership works. If we're in this together, we decide significant things together. If her response is defensive or dismissive, I don't need your permission, or you weren't around, so I just handled it, then you're seeing confirmation that she does not view you as an equal partner whose input matters. At that point, you have to decide whether you're willing to remain in a relationship where you have no decision-making authority. Sign 3. Physical intimacy becomes rare, transactional, or completely absent. The third sign is the one most men notice first because it's the most directly painful, the disappearance or radical transformation of physical intimacy. When a woman respects and is attracted to a man, she desires him sexually. This is not about duty or obligation. This is genuine desire. She initiates. She responds enthusiastically to his initiation. Physical intimacy is frequent, mutual, and fulfilling for both parties. When respect erodes, sexual desire evaporates. Because female desire is substantially rooted in her perception of a man's value and dominance. Remove respect. Remove her perception that he's higher value than her, that he's leading, that he's strong, and sexual attraction disappears with it. What this looks like in practice, sex becomes infrequent. What used to be multiple times per week becomes once every few weeks, or once a month, or less. She never initiates. You're always the one pursuing, and her response to your initiation is increasingly negative, annoyed, resistant, making excuses. When sex does happen, it's perfunctory. She's not present, she's not engaged, she's going through the motions to get it over with. Or worse, she's trading sex for something she wants. A transactional exchange where sex is the currency she uses to purchase household labor or financial concessions from you. She tells you directly that she's just not in the mood with such consistency that not in the mood becomes her permanent state. She develops headaches, exhaustion, stress, convenient reasons why sex is never the right time. The type of sex changes. Things she used to do enthusiastically she now refuses. The passion, the variety, the enthusiasm, all gone. What remains is the bare minimum she calculates is necessary to prevent you from leaving or complaining too loudly. Why this matters, sexual desire is the most honest indicator of female attraction. Women cannot fake genuine desire long term. They can fake compliance, duty sex, obligation sex. But they cannot fake wanting you. When sexual desire is gone, attraction is gone. And when attraction is gone, respect is gone. Because female sexual attraction is rooted in her perception of male value. If she desired you and no longer does, something about how she perceives your value has fundamentally shifted. This is not about her libido. This is not about her being tired or stressed. If those were the real reasons, they would apply to all men. But the woman who isn't having sex with you would absolutely have sex with a man she perceived as higher value. Her libido is fine. Her desire for you specifically is what's died. If you're in a dead bedroom or near dead bedroom, respect and attraction are gone. She may still have affection for you. She may care about you in the way you care about a family member or a friend. But the romantic and sexual attraction that makes her your woman rather than your roommate, that's dead. What you should do, first, recognize that you cannot negotiate desire back into existence. Talking about it doesn't work. Couples therapy doesn't work. Begging, pleading, explaining how much it hurts you, none of that works because the problem is not her understanding that you need sex. The problem is that she doesn't want you. Your options are 1. Accept a sexless relationship. 2. Restore the qualities in yourself that generated her attraction initially. If you've let yourself go, if you've become weak or passive, if you've lost your purpose, fix those things and see if attraction returns. Or 3. Exit the relationship and find someone who actually desires you. But understand, if respect has been gone for an extended period, restoration is extremely unlikely. You're probably dealing with option 1 or 3, not option 2. Sign 4, she treats you like a utility rather than a partner. The 4th sign is what I call transition to utility phase, where you're no longer treated as a romantic partner but as a biological ATM, a chore doer, a problem solver whose value is entirely instrumental. When a woman respects a man, she values him for who he is, not just what he does. Yes, she appreciates what he provides and what he contributes. She also values his presence, his thoughts, his company, his perspective. He's a complete person to her, not a function. When respect is gone, you become a utility. Your value is reduced to what you provide: income, household labor, childcare, problem-solving, logistics management. You're a resource to be extracted, not a person to be loved. What this looks like in practice, the only time she engages with you positively is when she needs something from you. She needs you to fix something, pay for something, handle something. The moment that need is met, she disengages completely. You're expected to contribute financially, domestically, logistically, emotionally, but your own needs are treated as irrelevant or burdensome. The relationship has become entirely one-directional. You give, she takes. Reciprocity is dead. She makes it clear through her behavior that your worth is tied to your production. If you have a bad day, if you're struggling, if you need support, she's annoyed rather than supportive because your struggle interferes with your ability to provide what she needs from you. She has no interest in spending quality time with you unless it serves some practical purpose. Date nights, conversations, connection, these things don't happen unless you initiate them. And when you do, she's going through the motions rather than genuinely engaged. You realize that if you stop providing money, stop doing household labor, stop solving problems, there would be no relationship left. The only thing connecting you is what you do for her, not who you are. Why this matters: being treated as a utility is not love. It's not even respect. It's exploitation dressed up in the language of partnership. A woman who respects a man wants him, not just what he provides. She values his presence even when he's not actively solving problems or producing income. She's interested in his thoughts, his day, his internal world. She wants to spend time with him because she enjoys him as a person, not because he's useful to her. When you've been reduced to utility, respect is gone. You're not her man. You're her employee, her servant, her resource, and the relationship is already over in every way that matters. You're just still showing up to perform the functions she needs from you. What you should do: start withdrawing the utility you provide and watch what happens. If the entire relationship disintegrates the moment you stop providing, if she becomes hostile, distant, or starts threatening divorce, then you've confirmed that the relationship was transactional and that you were valued only instrumentally. At that point, you have to decide whether you're willing to remain in a relationship where your only value is what you produce. Most men with any self-respect will exit, but many stay because they've been conditioned to believe that this is what partnership looks like. It's not, it's exploitation. Sign 5, she no longer defends you or has your back. The fifth sign is perhaps the most subtle but also the most definitive. When respect is gone, she stops being your ally. Or she no longer defends you, she no longer has your back. And in moments where you need support, she's either absent or actively working against you. When a woman respects a man, she's his fiercest defender. Someone criticizes him, she defends him publicly and privately. Someone questions his judgment, she supports him even if she disagrees privately. He's under attack from outside forces, she stands with him. This is the, for better or worse, commitment functioning the way it's supposed to. She's loyal, she's in your corner, she's on your team. Even when things are hard, even when you're struggling, even when you're wrong, she's still fundamentally with you. When respect is gone, that loyalty disappears. She stops defending you, she stops supporting you. And in moments when you're vulnerable or under attack, she's either nowhere to be found or she's actively joining the attack. What this looks like in practice: someone criticizes you, your family, her family, friends, coworkers. Instead of defending you, she agrees with them. Yeah, he does do that. Drives me crazy too. You're going through something difficult: job loss, health crisis, serious stress. Instead of supporting you, she's resentful that you're not performing at your usual level. She treats your struggle as an inconvenience to her rather than as something you're navigating together. Conflicts arise with third parties, disputes with neighbors, issues with children's schools, problems with service providers. Instead of presenting a united front, she undermines you, contradicts you in front of others, makes it clear she doesn't support your position. You need her support on something important: a decision, a difficult conversation, a challenging situation. She's too busy or too stressed, or she just doesn't show up for you. The support is not there when you actually need it. Most devastatingly, in conflicts between you and others, she sides with them against you. Your own wife becomes your adversary rather than your ally. Why this matters: loyalty is foundational to partnership. If she's not loyal to you, if she doesn't have your back, if she doesn't defend you, if she actively undermines you, then you're not partners. Your adversary is living under the same roof. A woman who respects her man is loyal to him even when he's wrong, even when he's struggling, even when supporting him is inconvenient or costly. She's in it with him. That's what partnership means. When that loyalty is gone, respect is gone, because loyalty flows from respect. You're loyal to people you respect. You defend people you respect. You stand with people you respect. If she's no longer doing those things, it's because she no longer respects you. What you should do: pay attention to whether she has your back in moments that matter. If you consistently find yourself facing things alone that should be faced together, if she's absent or adversarial when you need support, if she sides with others against you, you're not in a partnership. And at that point, the question is simple: why are you staying with someone who is not loyal to you? What exactly are you getting from this relationship that justifies remaining in it? Why it's already over, and what you should do about it? If you're seeing 3 or more of these signs consistently, the relationship is functionally over. Not because the problems are unfixable in theory, but because the loss of respect creates a dynamic where the woman is no longer invested in fixing anything. She's staying for reasons that have nothing to do with you as a man: financial stability, avoiding the social stigma or logistical challenges of divorce, the children, comfort and routine, fear of being alone, waiting for a better option to present itself. She's not staying because she respects you, desires you, or wants to build a future with you. She's staying because leaving would be inconvenient or costly in ways that matter more to her than the deadness of your relationship. And here's what makes this particularly cruel: you're probably the last person to recognize that the relationship is over. She's known for months or years that she no longer respects you. She's been operating from that reality while you've been operating from the belief that the relationship is still alive and can be saved. You can't negotiate respect back into existence. You can't communicate it back. You can't perform better behavior to restore it. Once it's gone, genuinely gone, not temporarily diminished, but fundamentally destroyed, recovery is nearly impossible. Your options are: option 1, accept the relationship as it is. Live in a marriage where you're not respected, not desired, treated as a utility, criticized publicly, excluded from decisions, and abandoned when you need support. Some men choose this because they're afraid of divorce, because they think it's better for the children, because they can't imagine starting over. Option 2, make a last attempt to restore your masculine frame and see if respect can be rebuilt. This requires becoming the man she respected initially. If you've let yourself go, if you've become weak or passive, if you've lost your purpose and direction. But understand, this is a long shot. The odds of success are low, especially if respect has been gone for years. Option 3. Exit. Recognize that the relationship is over in every way that matters, and formalize that reality through separation or divorce. Rebuild your life with clarity that she was never going to respect you again, and that staying would have been choosing ongoing humiliation over the possibility of genuine partnership with someone else or the peace of being alone. Most men should choose option 3, not immediately, not without considering the implications. But ultimately, living without respect from your own wife is soul-destroying. It erodes your sense of self, your confidence, your ability to function as a man, and the cost of staying, years of your life in a relationship that gives you nothing of value, is higher than the cost of leaving. Final thoughts. A woman can love a man she doesn't respect, but she will never stay with him genuinely. She may stay physically. But emotionally, sexually, spiritually, she's gone. And the longer you remain in a relationship where respect is absent, the more damage it does to you. The 5 signs, public criticism, exclusion from decisions, dead bedroom, utility phase, lack of loyalty, are not problems you fix with better communication or date nights or couples therapy. They're symptoms of a fundamental shift in how she perceives your value. And once that shift has occurred, reversal is extraordinarily difficult and often impossible. Your job is not to save a relationship where respect is dead. Your job is to recognize the reality clearly and make decisions accordingly. To stop lying to yourself about what's happening. To stop making excuses for behavior that tells you clearly she does not respect you. And to either commit to the painful work of rebuilding yourself in ways that might restore respect, with the understanding that success is unlikely, or to exit with your dignity intact and build a life where you're not living under the constant weight of disrespect from the person who's supposed to be your partner. You deserve better than a relationship where you're not respected. And recognizing that clearly is the first step toward either demanding better or finding it elsewhere. Drop a comment if this resonated. Are you seeing these signs? Have you seen them in past relationships? Subscribe because this channel will continue providing the hard truths about relationships that help you see clearly what's actually happening rather than what you wish were happening. Stay strong, stay clear-eyed, and never accept disrespect as the price of partnership.